Welcome to episode 1 of a new series here. It's Realistic Liverpool Rebuild. I mean, you probably already knew that by clicking on the video. But I'm trying my hand at it. Don't know how well it's going to go or if it'll really work at all, but we will see. Um, it's not going to be like your usual realistic rebuilds where it's the entire series in one episode. I don't like that. I mean, it's okay, but I like doing it differently. So let's take a look at the team right off the bat, and it's your usual Liverpool squad, but it will be changing. It will be changing a lot. Um, there's going to be transfers. There's going to be loans. There's going to be players brought in, players sent out, and should be a fun time. I think we'll enjoy and we will learn as we go along. So let's get into it. First little bit of business is a loan offer in for Curtis Jones here from Barcelona. Was very promising, Curtis Jones, but since then has kind of plateaued a little bit. Still a wonderful player, but definitely needs more game time than what we can offer him here at Liverpool. Now we look into the players that we're looking at. Obviously, we have Alexis McAllister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Kefren Turam, Romeo Lavia, Gonzalo Inacio, players that Liverpool have been linked with. Um, we're obviously taking a look at some of them, seeing what we can kind of bring in, you know? Because at the end of the day, trying to make the team better, trying to make the team more competitive, and trying to kind of fix what Liverpool had this season, because it did not go well. It really did not go well. I mean, not finishing top 5. But then we scroll down here, we look at Arsenal target and Liverpool target, Benjamin Pavard. And I have a little idea, and I kind of need a right back for it. So, we will be looking at some right backs, and obviously, Benjamin Pavard played right back in his career. We will be looking at him. And since Arsenal is currently bidding for him, we will make him priority number 1, 1.1, and McAllister priority 1.2. But we do come in for Benjamin Pavard here, sitting down with Bayern Munich, and we will agree on a fee for him, currently disclosed fee. Ooh. Another transfer talk here, one that's expected. It is Alexis McAllister. Um, not paying the 40 something million that we paid in real life, but we will pay 35 to convince the Argentine to join us from Brighton. Uh, Obviously joins us for 35 million. Good piece of business, and we would now continue. Now we come in for another player. Bit of a secret, but we'll see who that is later. Now we come into the first departure of the window, a departure that we already knew was going to happen. Curtis Jones, as he will be joining Barcelona on a year-long loan. Hopefully he can develop a little bit while he's in Spain. And here's a little transfer that I thought was kind of funny. Man City offering for Mo Salah. It would never happen in real life. Never in the history of the world would that happen. But we have the second arrival, Benjamin Pavard, player that we had already previously agreed with. And he will join us for the same amount as Alexis McAllister, another 35 million. And here was the plan. I have decided to make Benjamin Pavard a right back. It will take 36 weeks for him to complete the transition, but it should be a fruitful one in the end. First permanent departure of the series, and it is Joel Matip, linked out of the club in real life, and will be leaving us here. Very good player, Joel Matip. I do like Matip, but he does join West Ham United for 25.2 million. Another little transfer here. You definitely saw who that was. But before we get into that departure here, as it's Joe Gomez, who once again never lived up to the hype. Is a good player, had a few good seasons, but never really reached the level he needs to. He will be joining Juventus on a 2-year loan move. Next up is Fabio Carvalho, still very young, still very promising. Just joined us last season. And, he will be developing and learn a bit. I guess he's Basque because he's joining Athletic Bilbao on a 2-year loan move. So, good for him. Uh, Another transfer here. It's another one that we all expected. Dominic Szoboszlai joining us from RB Leipzig. Player that I'm excited for in real life. Joins us for 55 million. We have agreed for another transfer here. Busy window so far. But before we get into that, Romeo Lavia joins us from Southampton for 4.8 million, much less than the 40 million price tag that they've set for him. And back onto that previously agreed transfer, it is Gonzalo Inacio who joins us from Sporting for 38.2 million. We head into another departure. It's Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain here, who will be leaving us. A player who just hasn't had the best career, mainly due to injuries, and kind of sad to see that happen to him. But he does join Leicester City for 10.9 million. Next up is Calvin Ramsey, still a promising right back, but never going to get playing time over Trent, and he will join Deportivo Alaves for 12 months. As we head into preseason here, we do start out with a 1-0 win over Real Madrid, with Benjamin Pavard getting a goal on his debut in that new right back role. We move into the second game here, where it is a 3-1 victory over Fiorentina, with Van Dijk, Mo Salah, Diogo Jota getting the goals, and Biraghi getting the one for Fiorentina. We will not, however, go 3 for 3 in preseason, as we do lose 3-1 to Napoli. Mo Salah missing an early penalty before Szoboszlai gave us a lead, but Lobotka and a Mario Rui brace would give Napoli the victory here. We now head into another loan. It is Romeo Lavia, who departs, obviously just recently joined us, but he's not going to get the playing time that he needs, and we have decided to loan him out. Very promising, could be the future, but alas, we loan him out to Osasuna on a year. Another departure here, and it's a sad one. It is Bobby Firmino, player I love in real life. Obviously, I guess also a part Basque, as he joins Athletic Bilbao for 36.9 million. Nat Phillips, the next player to leave the club, as he joins Brighton and Hove Albion for 3.8 million. We have agreed on another deal here for another player. But before we get into that, Trent Alexander-Arnold has completed his transition to a center defensive mid. A role that he should honestly be playing in real life, and in part, we will be giving him a defensive midfielder development plan. Another departure here, as it's Naby Keita. Another player just unfortunately overcome with injuries in his time here, and he will be joining Aston Villa for 19.2 million. We now head into the first game of the season, first technically competitive game. It is the FA Community Shield, a game that in real life we will not be playing in, but is what it is, isn't it? It will be us versus Manchester City, and it's just the current race of the season, but nonetheless, we do want to win it. And it takes only 10 minutes for us to take the lead here through Mohamed Salah. A lovely ball played through to him, and he just flew down that wing and ended up chipping Ederson in goal to give us a early 1-0 lead here. And it's a good sign for how the season's going to go, obviously scoring that early against Manchester City, one of the tougher opponents in the league, obviously. But that would not be the end of the goal scoring action, as in the 94th minute, last kick of the game, Mo Salah completes his brace and gives us a 2-0 victory over Manchester City in the Community Shield. And it's a very good sign for how things are going to go this season, obviously. Like I've just said, beating Man City, very tough opponent. And this did happen in real life. Yes, we beat City and then proceeded to finish 5th in the league. But I have more hope for this season. And with this season, we have already picked up our first piece of silverware, the FA Community Shield. And, should be a sign of good things to come, right? And it will be good old Jordan Henderson lifting the trophy. Obviously not the most iconic trophy in all of England, but a trophy nonetheless. Obviously, kind of a anticlimactic trophy lift, but who cares, you know? But I would just like to thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, like, subscribe if you want to. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you have to subscribe. I don't care. Alright, do it if you want to. But thank you all so much, and I hope that we have fun with this. So thank you, and goodbye.